Right, questions about a ruling in a police-involved shooting in Portsmouth back in June on South Street. That's where a Chesapeake police officer was trying to serve a warrant on Michael Smith. Smith, seen here in this jailhouse interview, was shot by the officer as the officer was in his car. Now, last week, we learned that the officer won't face charges because the shooting was ruled accidental. But 10 on your side's Andy Fox found out today that answer isn't good enough for Smith's family. Andy?
That's right, Tom. This doesn't sit right with them or with Smith's attorney. They are considering a civil suit because they claim the officer was guilty of at least simple negligence. And on that issue, simple negligence, the investigating Commonwealth's attorney agrees. In these x-rays, you can see the bullet from Chesapeake police officer Elliot Boyd's gun. It remains lodged between Michael Smith's ribs and liver. Smith told us on June 16th.
All I heard was pop. Well, all I heard was like pop, a loud bang, and I was hit.
Officer Boyd was serving a fugitive warrant when he found Smith walking on a Portsmouth street. He was unarmed. Portsmouth Commonwealth's attorney Earl Mobley.
The officers were armed with the knowledge that he was wanted as a fugitive on a burglary and also firearms charges.
Boyd shot Smith through the windshield of the squad car. Mobley will not file charges because he determined the shooting was an accident with no criminal intent.
He's trying to pull himself out of the car, then he pulls the trigger.
Officer Boyd, who is left-handed, was driving the squad car. He pulled the gun when he saw Smith.
Him transferring it from his left hand to his right hand and then trying to exit the vehicle, you know, you could see where his finger would slip off the slide of the gun onto the trigger, and then because your muscles are contracting as you're getting out of the car, that you could certainly pull the trigger.
Smith's attorney, Jim Lewis, doesn't buy that.
Not only is that very much like Keystone Cops, I find it incredible that he could manage to hit Michael right square in the chest without aiming or trying to.
We asked Mobley about accountability. What responsibility does Officer Boyd have?
It was negligence on the part of the officer, but in this case, I certainly don't believe there was gross negligence.
That's very helpful information. Maybe we'll call Mr. Mobley to testify.
Officer Boyd is on administrative duty, pending an administrative internal investigation.
I'm not going to go so far as to say it was intentional because I have no basis for that. But from my analysis, it defines gross negligence.
We don't have a lot of comments from Chesapeake Police, but Chief Wright sent us this. The purpose of this investigation is to review and determine if the department's policies and procedures were correctly followed. Performance will be evaluated, and if appropriate corrective action will take place, it will. Michael Smith's attorney says if he can't reach a settlement with the city of Chesapeake, that he will take his civil case to a Portsmouth jury where he thinks he will win. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.